Welcome to the Packer Mentality Podcast, where I try to keep you up to date and shed a little light on what is happening on and off the field with the Packers. Thank you so much for tuning in all season. Your active participation has been and continues to be vital in transforming this channel into something truly special. Please take a moment to subscribe, drop your comments, and connect with me on social media at Packer Mentality. Remember, you can locate this podcast on all your favorite podcast platforms. The journey for this young Packers team came to an end tonight in San Francisco. The Packers were unable to capitalize on a lot of different opportunities and lost on a late field goal 24-21 to the 49ers. They took the heavily favored number one seed to the wire, and they were the better team tonight in every category but the score, which of course is the only stat that matters. Wildly disappointing, but then again, no one expected them to be here, much less win. Tonight, the Packers offense put up 21 points on a really good 49ers defense, and there were a bunch of high points in this game, but two early drives that stalled in the red zone hurt this team. Coming away with field goals instead of touchdowns in the playoffs will come back to bite you, and tonight it did. There were a couple big performances by Packers. Aaron Jones, another really good day. Fifth game in a row, he's over 100 yards, 18 carries for 108 yards. Romeo Doubs, once again, second playoff game in a row, big day. 4 catches for 83 yards. Jaden Reed also had 4 catches tonight for 35 yards. Bo Melton and Tucker Kraft come away with touchdowns in the playoffs. Jordan Love showed flashes tonight and was kind of up and down today. This was not one of his best games, but also was not one of his worst games. And I don't think he got shown up by Brock Purdy at all. Don't know if it was the rain, pressure by the defense, or just the pressure of the playoffs. Jordan finished 21 of 34, 194 yards, 2 touchdowns, and 2 picks, a 72.4 rating. He did not get sacked, but did have to scramble and maneuver his way out of some sacks. I'm not going to dissect the defense tonight. They played well enough and only allowed 24 points. The rain helped a lot. Despite what the kiss asses on the Fox broadcast said, Brock Purdy was not very good. Could have been the rain. He was very inaccurate and should have had at least 2 interceptions. Even on some of his completions, he got bailed out with some very nice play by his wide receivers. And it's always nice to be able to lean on Christian McCaffrey, who had a very good game and basically carried the 49ers offense. My big problem with the Packers defense is that they are one of the worst tackling groups. When you compare them to the team on the other side of the field, they look even more pathetic. 49ers are a good tackling team. The Packers' missed tackles tonight hurt them. Most of the 49ers' big plays tonight happened because the Packers missed tackles. This is not a scheme problem, not a play calling problem by Joe Barry. It is still a coaching problem, or probably also a talent failure. Honestly, this is one of the things they're going to have to address in the offseason. Problem for the Packers team as a whole tonight was an inability to make plays. Green Bay had a bunch of opportunities that they just didn't grab. There are 3 obvious ones that would have changed the game tonight. 2 dropped interceptions. This was an issue all season for the Packers. They have been unable to get takeaways all season, and part of the reason is that they don't catch the ball, even when it hits them right in the hands. Darnell Savage drops a pick on the very first 49ers possession that would have put the Packers in scoring position. In the third quarter, also in 49ers territory, Keyshawn Nixon has one go through his hands. And then the missed opportunity that a lot of people are going to focus on late in the game with the Packers up 4 and a chance to put them up by 7. Anders Carlson misses a 41-yard field goal. A lot has been said about his misses leading up to the game. This one definitely hurt. Packers coaching staff, I guess front office, all put their faith in Anders, and he did not have a good didn't have a good season, and this one hurt. I don't put this loss on him though. There were a lot of other failures that put the Packers in this position. This brings us to the end of the season. My initial feelings about this season are that it was an unexpected success in a lot of different ways. This team made the playoffs, won a playoff game on the road in Dallas in convincing fashion. Then they took the number one seed to the limit in the division round before losing. When the season started, I didn't, and I doubt very many people out there can say that they predicted that this was going to happen. I'm also pretty confident that the Packers also found out what they wanted to know about Jordan Love. He is your quarterback of the future. You're going to have to get ready to pay him. They were also able to survive the season with a very young group of wide receivers and saw a lot of growth and development from those guys. Last but not least, the Packers got a lot of production from guys they've drafted the past couple of years, which bodes very well for this team. We'll end with those positives and save the questions that the Packers will have to answer for another day. We'll start doing that later this week, and maybe we'll preview the remaining playoff games. As always, your thoughts and comments are crucial to the conversation and the life of this podcast, so be sure to drop them in the comment section, subscribe, and connect with me on social media. Stay positive, Packers fans. This team should only get better next season. Have a great rest of your weekend, and we'll see you next time. And go, Pack, go.